Well, New Yorkers back to work today knowing that they will have a new president in January. People are reacting to the news. Lisa Evers is joining us live from Union Square. Lisa, mood was different yesterday, so I'm assuming maybe the mood might be a little bit different today as well.
It's different, Bianca, and it's very interesting. It is back to work and back to school for many people who had the day off yesterday for the election. We're here on 14th Street at Union Square, where we were yesterday, talking with people about how they feel. Now, of course, those who supported Donald Trump are elated by the results. Those who supported Kamala Harris, of course, are disappointed from what they're telling us, but they also have an air of resignation because of the decisiveness of the apparent victory. So here's what some of the people told us.
Oh, I'm too depressed to talk about it.
I'm happy to be alive, and I hope that everyone sees a nice way to go forward.
I'm a little bit in the middle as a voter. I think that the Democrats, they ran on two things largely, which was abortion and gay rights, and unfortunately those things don't affect all Americans. So it made sense why a lot of people switched to Trump. He had a lot more to say in terms of the economy and favorable things for the people. And I think that's what happened. So I don't know. Whatever. It's fine.
Oh, I'm drained, but it's what it is. The people have spoken, and that's what it is. The people have the voice, and that's what it is. We just have to deal with it.
And what are you hoping for in terms of change that can happen?
I hope that everybody will come together and work for the people, because the people is what put them in power. So everybody will come together, forget about Democrat, forget about Republican. We're all one, and let's work for the people.
Hasn't soaked in yet, but I don't have a negative input on it. I think Trump is definitely more qualified, so you have to go with that.
Right. Exactly.
You know, better candidate won. Whether I'm a Trump supporter or not, I'd leave that to myself, but I think he experience.
I think it's time that this finally happened, so I'm very excited. I'm a little surprised, but not really, that like coming on the subway here today, I saw a lot of sad faces. I kind of like glanced over somebody next to me, her text message, and they were just like, oh, we're very disappointed, but I think it's time that people wake up. The people who are still unsure of what's going on, I think it's time people wake up.
And that woman, what she's talking about in terms of wake up, she was talking about the economy, for her a key issue, as well as crime. Now, we also spoke off camera with a poll worker. She said, who was a poll worker in a polling place here in Manhattan. She said that the polling place was packed. She said that it was a huge crowd, a huge turnout, many first-time voters. She also said that there were whole families, multiple generations of one particular family after another coming in and all voting together as a family unit. And she said, whatever happened, however people feel, one of the good things about this election is the turnout, and that people felt so invested in it and so engaged by it. And another theme, Bianca, that just kept coming up with people is they're ready for change. They know that there have been a lot of challenges. They're not blaming anybody, especially depending upon what side they were on, but they're saying they're ready for change. They're ready for a better economy. They're ready for more safety, and that clearly resonated across party lines. We're live in Union Square. I'm Lisa Evers, Fox 5 News. Bianca, back to you.